December 31st. I'll be here, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'm not gonna be here in January.
I'm not gonna be here in January, I won't be here January, February, or March.
Well, I won't be here in January.
We better meet in December,
Yeah.
either that day or early.
That's when it's scheduled, but we can always make it any day you want. We just have to meet.
Can we
No
meet
rule on what week, we just have to meet once a month. That's it.
New
Just
Year's
have
Eve
to
at
meet
7:30
once a
in the
month.
morning is not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not.
No,
No.
It's not like we're, no, Brad's still working, I mean, God.
look at this, we have a special guest in the,
gotta work.
in the peanut
Do
gallery.
something to the economy,
Gotta keep us moving forward.
take a hit for
She
the
doesn't
team.
even sit in the front row.
I was
You're
gonna
our
say,
little peanut.
you can sit up here with us if you want.
My wife says, so how many people come to this meeting? And I added them up and I said, about 8.
Oh, no, I'll be here. I'll be here in January.
There's 8 of us.
Yeah, the January meeting's the 28th. I'm back the week before.
Yeah.
Okay. I will be here on the 28th.
Well, I guess we could jump the gun. Everybody's here. You ready?
Yes.
Let's call this meeting to order. City of Washington Board of Public Works,
This might be a Brad Mitchell.
Tuesday, November 26, 7:30 a.m. Roll call, please.
John Vittmer,
Here.
Brad Mitchell,
Here.
Mike Ratatek,
Here?
Steve Richardson.
Here.
Mike Coulter,
Here.
Chad Briggs, Steve Struberg.
Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a packed house. Thank you all for joining us. Everybody have a chance to look at the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes approved. Thank you very much. Okay. We have a riveting agenda here.
Packed full.
Kevin, this is one of those meetings where we have nothing particular to discuss, and we will discuss everything, right?
Yeah, it depends on how long everybody wants to stay here.
Take it away.
To adjourn.
Really, there's only one thing that I inadvertently forgot to put on the agenda, which it's already out there, so it doesn't matter. We had an inspection, what they call a sanitary inspection, back in June. The inspector found some really nuisance stuff to do with the tanks. The overflow flaps were not securely closing off the overflow flap. Now, granted, we have screens on them and everything, but they weren't completely sealed, which they never are. We had to seal them, so it took us a little while. So I was 2 weeks late in reporting that we had the work done, so I got a slap on the hand by Jeff City saying I was late on reporting that we did the work, and so I had to put it out I had to put it in a newspaper, and it just went out in this month's utility bill. So
So we're up to date.
we're up to date, yeah.
So
Sounds like a student.
those kind
put
of
his hand
problems are
homework.
nice, right?
They're nice problems, they're annoying problems, but they're nice problems. There was no health, safety, or anything, it was just that this inspector felt that they should be sealed tight, so it took a little bit to grind the ends and change, it was interesting. But they're sealed, so, anyway,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was that, so. Really, I know it's hard to believe, but everything's going fairly well.
What's the latest at the sewer plant with the, weren't we getting some motors replaced and?
Yeah, all the equipment's on order. The parts for the pumps are still like 3 weeks out. And the belt press that we're rebuilding, it's still like 18 weeks out for parts, so,
Okay.
yeah,
But
everything's
running.
everything's running. We're still keeping everything going, but, so as soon as the stuff comes in, they'll start on it, but,
Yeah. And the area that you were gonna rebuild for the sludge storage or whatever that was, big concrete containing area?
Yeah, our drying bed, yeah, for that.
Drying bed.
Yeah, that's a continuous on the plan, but it's when revenues build. It's still working, and currently, as it is right now, our inspections down at the treatment plant, they don't cover the sludge side. But it's probably gonna happen at some point in time, so they don't actually go over and inspect the drying bed and the belt press or anything like that. So right now, we can still limp along the way we are, but what's wrong with the drying bed now is there's a drain field underneath of it, and it was built in 1963, so the drain field has collapsed and stopped working, so it drains, but not through the drain field, which would be a violation, so the new design is going to be a slightly cantered floor so that it drains forward, and there'll be a drain trough in front, so everything will drain to that drain trough and then run into our influent wet well that it has to go to. But as it is right now, we're kind of waiting for revenues to regenerate.
So where does that drain field drain to? Does it go
It
back
goes
in
back
through
in-
the plant?
Yeah, it goes back into what we call, it's what used to be our original influent wet well over at the plant. Now that catches all the rainwater and anything that happens in the plant, and then it sends it back over to the treatment plant, and it reprocesses it.
Oh, okay.
So all of the treatment plant, the new treatment plant and the old treatment plant, anything that happens in either one of those two compounds stays in the compound.
So
And it
eventually it
gets back
gets
to the
cleaned
plant.
up.
Yeah, yeah, so we don't have any discharges out into any rivers or streams or anything, so,
Okay.
yep.
Anything else on wastewater, anybody?
Kevin, did we get that, we were waiting on parts to fix the one sewer camera to run it up west of the repairs?
Yeah, we got that done. We found out that it's in really good shape. So, I don't think we need to spend the extra money at this point in time on that. At some point in time, we really want to slip line all of Front Street. And now we've got to the point where we can do a consecutive bypass pump and do all of that, and we'll bring it in on that. But there's no, it's not as bad as the east side that we need to work
I was
on.
gone, we got the 9 inches of rain, no complaints down there?
When we got the 9 inches of rain, I didn't get any complaints, but we did fill up.
Let's say,
But nobody hit.
Nobody, we didn't get any calls. The draft room had water in, but it wasn't sewage. It was rainwater.
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't have any sewage. How that happened, I'm not sure, but it tells me that the flow continued to flow, even though our wet well at Front Street, or at Walnut Street, was at 20 feet, which is its high level.
Boss didn't have a canoe in his basement?
No, actually, we took care of that a long time ago, or that was taken care of a long time ago. They came up with some kind of plugs that they put in his basement and took care of that down there. But we have noticed that our flows are staying more stable at the Walnut Street lift station. Before they'd go up and then they'd go down and they'd go up. Now they're all staying stable, so that means we corrected the flow issue down there. The rest of it is we just need to continue doing what we're doing, and so it's going to happen in March. But in March of next year, we are currently going through a Missouri Rural Water Association is putting on an apprenticeship program for Washington and the area, which is they train employees to become certified operators, and they give them it's like a modified college course. So I've got two of my guys in that, one in wastewater and one in water. And the wastewater side, they work with a company called Duke's Engineering, and they have the My Trackers that we bought a while back, them 12 of them that we've been using. They're gonna come in March for the class, and they're gonna bring 14 of them, and we're gonna take our 12, and we're going to put all of them out on the west end of town and monitor the west end of town through the class, which benefits us because we get the benefit from it. So we're gonna see a lot of something happening on the west end of town, and we know that's where the water's coming from because it all hits down here and it's all on the west end. So we got a plan for that too. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we find, but.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Water, anything going on?
We're gearing up we went out for bids, we haven't got them yet on the, replacing the water line on Main Street, same as we did on Second Street. Before they do Main Street, that's the new plan, is we're replacing the water line on the downtown area, which needs to be done anyway. And then we're gonna move to Front Street. We may move to Front Street before Main Street, if Front Street gets done before Main Street, but I'm not sure how that's laying out yet, but we're,
Speaking of main and front, is there anything your utilities planned for Jefferson? Is there anything gonna happen?
no, Jefferson, we really haven't had, again, a knock on wood, a lot of issues on Jefferson Street. We've had a couple water main breaks, but nothing major. Nothing major like Front Street where we've probably had 20 water main breaks. And then Main Street, we really haven't had any water main breaks, but if they're gonna be redoing Main Street like they did Second Street, it only makes sense to take out another one of our oldest water lines that are in
Right.
town and replace them, so, it helps not only quality of water, but fire protection down in the downtown area, because the fire hydrants that are downtown are all what they call a 6-inch fire hydrant, but they're fed by a 4-inch line to them. So you only get 4 inches of water out of it, not 6 inches. So when we go through, we upsize them all to 6 and get a lot more flow and fire protection, so, which is good for the downtown area. Other than that, wells are doing good. Water tanks are staying full. Water's staying where it's supposed to be for right now.
Your staff's all at full? You don't have any vacancies or anything?
Yeah, staff's up full. We will be losing, one of our guys to his second retirement here in 3.5 months, something like that, but we'll have to do something then, but, as it is right now, we're full. Only have 3 people here today because this is hunting season, so the rest of my guys are off hunting, so.
Well, that happens everywhere. right?
Everywhere, yeah, but we're getting a lot of shop work done. We needed to really do some organizing in the shop from the summer and season, so we're working on that, which is good. So, other than that, that's really about it. Not a lot going on.
Any other comments, questions, discussion, anybody? Sherry, anything? How good we're doing or anything like that? Okay, well, why don't we discuss our next meeting? Are we gonna meet on,
I have no problem with it.
we got none? I got none. I'm gonna be here.
I'm good.
You'll be here. Brad, you,
I can make either one work.
Yeah, I can too.
well, let's just stick to it.
All right.
Sherry said she'd bring bagels and coffee. So what the heck?
Sweet.
31st. New Year's Eve.
There you go. All right.
You know, as long as John doesn't keep us too long like he did today.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible to have these long meetings.
Stretch it to 10 minutes.
Well, okay, so our next scheduled meeting is December 31st. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Happy Thanksgiving to them all.
Hey,
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving.
I guess the
Good to have everything
the suits
running.
must have didn't think there was gonna be today either.
That's right. I saw the
It
agenda.
is good.
So how many
I
games you doing
remember
this week?
being a foreman
I
at
got
the
one
telephone
tonight,
company
one Friday, and one Saturday.
at deer
Imagine
season.
that'd be a pretty good crowd.
Hey, Sherry, I need to come up and talk to
For
you.
the boys
Well,
and
it'll be the biggest crowd of the weekend.
Okay, all right. We can talk about it in here.
Some pretty good teams in that.
You know, our schedule
Well,
for
Who the hell
vacations would
knows
go
the
out
first week of the season.
Yeah.
late in the year for the following year.
Confluence and Jackson probably all be
I
pretty
had
decent.
guys,
Yeah, I think that all the
they were gonna
Warriors
be
gonna
off
have
that